Scientists really want to know what time it is on the moon. An Amazon tribe finally got internet, and now everyone's watching porn. And an online shop is selling used tampons to strangers, and they love it. These are the weird stories for Thursday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast. Subscribe, man. What's wrong with you? Scientists want to know, what time is it on the moon? It's the sound of science. Let's learn something and be nerds. They want to know what time it is on the moon. I thought it was always nighttime. It's always, pretty sure it's always night on the moon, right? It's always nighttime. Cheese o'clock? Is it cheese o'clock? That's my second guess. I'll go with cheese o'clock. The article is very dramatic here. I'm going to give you a dramatic space voice for this. Perhaps the greatest mind-bending quirk of our universe is the inherent trouble with timekeeping. Seconds tick by ever so slightly faster atop a mountain than they do in the valleys of Earth. For practical purposes, most people don't have to worry about those slight differences, but a renewed space race has the United States and its allies, as well as China, dashing to create permanent settlements atop the moon, and this has brought the idiosyncrasies of time once again to the forefront. Well, they're talking about making permanent settlements on the moon. I guess they got to get down to the nitty-gritty. What time is it? I wouldn't even be talking about time if I was thinking of settling on the moon. I just want to know, where are we building the first football stadium, guys? Where's the football going to go? Can you throw a football on the moon? I don't even know if you can. Would you have to put more weight in it so that it doesn't float away? What time is it? It's football time. It's football time. All right, we got some science stuff here. Ready to nerd out? Apparently on the lunar surface, a single Earth day would be roughly 56 microseconds shorter than on our home planet. That doesn't sound like a big deal to me. 56 microseconds? So less than a second? Is that like half a second? They say that this tiny number can lead to significant inconsistencies over time. All right, but not really. I mean, so if I live to be 400 years old, I'll celebrate my birthday a day earlier, right? That's the kind of numbers we're talking about here. Do we really need to get down to the bottom of this? NASA is currently grappling with this conundrum. It's such a conundrum. Scientists aren't just looking to create a new time zone on the moon. Ooh, a new time zone on the moon. Can I name it, please? It says these nerds at the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center in Maryland want to create an entirely new time scale or a system of measurement that accounts for the fact that seconds tick by faster on the moon. But not really. I mean, so slightly faster, it's like just not even noticeable. Now, it says here the White House is getting involved. They sent a memo. Ooh, you don't want to get a memo from the White House. There's just going to be more work for you to do. NASA got the memo. The White House is directing them to get their plans together for this new time scale by the end of the year. This way they can renew their efforts to explore the lunar surface. Well, didn't China just send a vehicle that just landed on the moon they didn't figure out the time thing? So I think we already explored the moon without knowing this. We haven't known this forever. I think we're going to be okay. We've lived this long. I mean, maybe we'll have to know this information for a future episode of Interstellar Jeopardy that one of us might be guests on, but I don't think it's all that important, but okay. Okay, so the memo asks that NASA implement this system. Oh, I'm sorry, not by December 31st, but by the end of 2026, the same year the space agency is aiming to return astronauts to the moon for the first time in 5 decades. So NASA is to land Americans on the moon by the end of 2026. For the world's timekeepers, the coming months could be crucial for figuring out how to accurately keep lunar time and reach agreements on how and when and where to put clocks on the moon. They're going to put clocks on the moon. Can't you do this from afar? But China's got that thing up there. Just have them put a clock on the moon for you. Maybe they don't. Maybe they didn't bring a clock. That thing they landed looks like it might have a clock on it, though. Just saying. Now, the article further nerds out here about space-time, something that the nerds have been grappling with. It says, if time moves differently on the peaks of mountains than the shores of the ocean, you can imagine that things get even more bizarre the farther away from Earth that you travel. To add more complication, time also passes slower the faster a person or spacecraft is moving, according to Einstein's theory of special relativity. Can't wrap my head around this. That's why I smoke weed every day. It makes time stop. An Amazon tribe is upset that Elon Musk's Starlink has exposed their members to the internet and porn, basically. It says Elon Musk's efforts to bring internet access to a secluded Amazonian tribe have completely backfired, according to the tribal elders, who blame social media and pornography for tearing their community apart. Now, this is terrible. You got a whole tribe here. They're supposed to be hunting and gathering, but instead they're watching porn all day. This might be a dumb question, but what category do you think they watch? Is there one? Is there a one called elongated necks? I didn't see that. Tribal porn? How are these scenes start? Is there tribal porn out there? I would imagine they start pretty funny, you know. Oh, I need help carrying this basket. Oh, it's on my head and it's so heavy. Help, I fell into a hole. Ooh, could you get me out? Step chieftain, what are you doing? Tribal porn. Well, if it doesn't exist, they're probably going to make it now. That's what they're probably going to be doing out there, the Amazonian tribe. I'd imagine. Oh no, this just blew me away. They have internet now in the Amazon, which means, oh my God, they can order Amazon to be delivered to the Amazon. Mind blown! Now, it says 9 months ago, the arrival of Starlink, Elon Musk's internet service, brought the web to the remote Marubo tribe along the Itui River for the very first time. This has caused a bitter rift within the 2,000-member tribal community between those who wish to keep the community free from the clasps of technology and those who are ready to embrace it. Tough to not embrace it, at least in my experience. The youth will want it. What the youth wants to, once the youth gets a taste of the outside world, it's tough stuff. The Marubo are a tribe with their own language. They consume ayahuasca. Oh, ayahuasca, for a spiritual connection to the forest. And they trap spider monkeys for food or companionship. Spider monkeys for food or companionship. That's a very confusing gig for the spider monkey. Hey, man, am I your buddy? Am I going to hang around your neck, or are you going to put me in that bowl? Like, what are you going to do? I need to know. Are we going to be companions, or are you going to eat me? Wow, it sounds to me like there could be some pretty wild spider monkey Instagram posts then, you know, pretty, or completely devastating and horrible spider monkeys. This is my spider monkey friend. Now I'm going to fry it. Before I went on that spider monkey tangent, because it surprised me, I wanted to mention that I have been to the Amazon and I have done the ayahuasca, and it did give me a spiritual connection to the forest. And on ayahuasca, I didn't even need social media. It was pretty cool. It was a nice night. A few nights. I actually barely recovered. Centuries of isolation, with some villages a week's journey away, have safeguarded the Marubo's traditional tribal way of life. However, since September, high-speed internet access, courtesy of Elon Musk's project, has changed it all. Some might say ruined it all. There is a quote here from someone named Senama Marubo, age 73. Wait, but the same last name as the tribe? The Marubo tribe? Do they all have the same last name, Marubo? Oh, that's going to be difficult for the Amazon to deliver. That's going to be... I could package shit from Marubo. Yeah, which one? There's 2,000 of us. Yeah. Can't say it. Here's a quote from Senama Marubo, age 73. I'm going to do an old person impression. When it arrived, everyone was so happy. But now things have gotten worse. So much worse. The young members have gotten lazy because of the internet. They're learning the ways of the white people, but Please don't take our internet away. Wait a minute, but please don't take our internet away. Oh man, even the 73-year-old's addicted. This person admitted that it's making the young people lazy, but still doesn't want it. They still can't do without it. I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard. You know, once you watch Iron Chef, it's like, what are you going to do after that? Imagine them watching Iron Chef, seeing all the food go to waste. Oh man, it's wild. I mean, the internet's going to shock you if you live in a very, well, I was going to say rural community, but I'll just say tribal community in the middle of heck and nowhere. Okay, it says in the 9 months with the web, Marubo, they're facing the issues that have plagued American households for years. Teenagers constantly on their phones, gossip-filled group chats, addictive social networks, online strangers, violent video games, scams, misinformation, minors viewing pornography. Goodness. Probably going to bet on the upcoming NBA, even though they have no idea what the NBA is. Oh, and imagine the TikTok challenges that are going to be coming out of the Amazon. I can't wait to see these jungle TikTok challenges, to be honest with you. How long can you balance on a spear? It says, bypassed by the gradual integration most societies experienced, the Marubo and other indigenous tribes, long resistant to modern influences, now face the internet's potentials and pitfalls head-on. This sudden encounter sparked a critical question. How will the internet reshape their identity and their culture? Well, it's gonna. I mean, the internet's a double-edged sword. I mean, it's gonna bring some problem-solving behaviors and offer solutions that lead to problem-solving behaviors, and then it's gonna bring on problem-creating situations as well. I sound like an idiot right now, but there's an idea in there. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a double-edged sword. It's good. It has good things and bad things about it. You know, I can fix anything in my kitchen by watching a YouTube video. Also, I can just read an article about that I didn't plan on reading, but I came across my eyeballs about tiny little mites living in my eyelashes, and then I'm freaked out for the next 3 hours, and I can't concentrate on anything else. I mean, it's both things. I can watch YouTube videos and documentaries for free. I love that, but also people write terrible things on my YouTube's videos, that, especially my stand-up YouTube videos, that make me hurt inside. That's the internet for you. And there's obviously concerns, especially with the youth, who are probably going to stop hunting and gathering and start influencing. You know, once you see how much work it is to hunter and gather, you see the rest of the world isn't working that hard. You're like, why am I doing this? I'm going to do some influencing. I'm going to get on OnlyFans or Only Jungle, Only Amazon. There's got to be one. It's kind of like that. And of course, the porn. Just like the rest of us watching porn. I mean, who knows if they're watching. I'd imagine they're just watching it and just making fun of our genitalia is what they're probably doing. Right? Yay! An online shop is selling used tampons to strangers, and it's a lucrative business, turns out. An online store is selling women's worn knickers, dirty socks, and used tampons, netting sellers healthy additional incomes. The website is called Suboobies, which means underwear in Latin, and its founder, a 32-year-old woman who wishes to remain anonymous, set the business up to sell lingerie and underwear worn by various men and women back in October 2021. She also reportedly sells used bras, used socks, used shoes. A pair of worn female underwear goes for about $120 for a pair of worn female underwear? That's way more than I thought it would be. 120? Come on. I give you a 5, really. 5. I'm not, Then again, these aren't things that I really need in life. A pair of dirty socks goes for $44 for dirty socks. I mean, can't you just go to Goodwill and get... all right. People have kinks, as I've covered many times on this podcast. I'm so continuously befuddled by the kinks. I'm baffled by the kinks. I am stumped by the kinks. Here's a quote from the founder. She wants to be anonymous. Why don't you just be out there? Why don't you want to let anyone know who you are? Aren't you proud that you've tricked people into spending $120 on used underwear? Like, the way that you're duping people you don't find that commendable on some level? You're not proud of this? I mean, if the guy that sold the pet rock was probably pretty proud, and maybe it was a lady. I don't know who invented the pet rock, but they were probably proud and on the front page of things. Here's a quote from the anonymous founder, who is from Switzerland's largest city, Zurich. It's a lucrative business that is in great demand in this country. I kept hearing from acquaintances who receive inquiries on social media as to whether they would like to sell their underwear. This gave me the idea to offer them online. Oh, what a genius you are. Oh, that gave you an offer. I should offer them online. What did you think these people, if they were going to sell their items, they would have sold them via online in the first place? You think they were just going to get in their car and drive it over? And anonymity. I can't stand starting a sentence with that word. Anonymity. I actually don't like it in the middle either. I can't really say it. It's a stumbling block no matter where it is in the sentence. Anonymity. Who would ever put an A-N-O-N-Y with an M? The problem is the N, then the Y, then the M, all bunched up together. That T-Y at the end is rough too. Anonymity. Anonymity wasn't guaranteed during the payment process. This put people off, although they are not fundamentally averse to the business. I guess she has a point. But you still, you just mail it to someone? You don't have to give them your address. Anyways, I can't wrap my head around any of this behavior. I don't know. But I mean, I suppose if I could sell my underwear for $100, I would totally do it. Anyone want to buy my knickers? Anyone want to buy my used Celtics socks for $100? I'll sell my used Celtics socks. Why 100? Because I like the socks and I want to keep them and I want to wear them during the finals. I think they're my lucky socks. But for $100, I mean, Jonesy's got money issues right now. A friend of the woman reportedly told her, back into the story, Jonesy, a friend of the woman reportedly told her that she was stalked by a buyer on Instagram after selling a similar item. Okay, so that does happen. All right, maybe this makes sense. She was filling a need. Can't have people stalking one another. The guys are so disgusting. All right, she was so frightened by the experience, she stopped selling her used knickers, as they call them. I wouldn't sell me used knickers online anymore. If you're going to use the word knickers, you got to use it in an accent like this. Like the Monty Python trying to do female characters. I thought to myself, there could be a better and more serious solution to this. What if I could just do it with anonymity? I just want to sell me knickers with anonymity. If only someone would create a website, a marketplace, where I could sell me knickers with anonymity. The founder said she does not want to sell her own items on the platform, saying it would be too intimate for me. Well, you don't have to, because you're making probably $100,000 a month off of the private parts of others and the feet. She says, I want to make a clear distinction. If I knew who was getting my clothes, I would feel like I was giving too much away. Now, instead, she has 7 women and men total selling their worn underwear on the platform, which has been operating since October 2021. She says, it is going very well. It doesn't sound like it's going very well. You only have 7 users. You should have hundreds. There's many women out there could be making money. She says, we have several orders a day. Yeah, but you only have 7 workers fulfilling the orders. You need more, man. Underwear and socks reportedly sell the best. The shop reportedly only has male buyers at the moment. Of course you only have male buyers, because those are the only sick people that would buy used socks from a lady. Used underwear. Men are so stupid. So dumb. All right, now we're going to jump into a plot twist, and it's not going to be pleasurable. Apparently, the owner says there's a growing demand for used tampons and worn period pads as well, because men are sick. Sick. All right. I mean, I mentioned the kinks earlier, but I just don't understand it. The fetishes, I don't understand it. Used tampons. What is wrong with you, man? You know, people always say, hey, why? It doesn't harm anybody. Why do you judge? Yeah, because I can judge. All right, I need to calm down here and take a Xanny. And guys ever crush the Xanny up in your coffee in the morning? Oh, good times, good times. Anyways, I'm just kidding, guys. Say no to drugs. Say no to drugs. Jonesy always says no to drugs, especially when you try and charge me way too much. I know the going rate for these chemicals, all right? All right? I know. Okay, anyways, if you want to call and leave your opinion on a voicemail about this article or any of the others, 646-450-2012. Hello, my friends and loyal listeners of the Weird AF News podcast. Thank you so much for spending some time with your insane host, Jonesy. Appreciate it. Listen, tomorrow's Friday, so if you come across any weird news from Florida, please email me, funnyjones@gmail.com, or you can send them, you can slide them into my DMs on Instagram @funnyjones. If you're not following me on the following me on the Instagram, I don't know what you're waiting for. You should do that. It's @funnyjones. Okay, so I'm asking for Florida news. That way I can do the best Florida Friday episode possible tomorrow. If you're new to the show, that's what I do on Fridays, just weird news out of Florida. So looking forward to that. If you want to call the show here, 646-450-2012. Going to publish a couple of phone calls after this, including one from Lily and family who are still wishing me a happy birthday in June. This is the longest, this is the latest I've ever been, I have ever received birthday wishes. My birthday was at the end of April, but I'm receiving happy birthday at the beginning of June, which is really, really cool. That's like like calling this my birthday 2 months or my birthday season. So keep the birthday wishes coming if you feel. I'm accepting presents still as well. Just letting you know, accepting presents. Also, shout out to Christy who called as well. Again, if you guys want to call and leave me a voicemail, please state your name and where you live and give your take and don't swear. That's all I ask. If you want to support the show, it's weirdafnews.com. That's where you can buy Jonesy a coffee or join the Patreon. Those are ways to support the show. But you don't have to do any of that. Just stick around and be a friend. Thank you for being a friend. I only know that one, those words. Thank you for being a friend. And I don't know the rest of it.
Hey, Jonesy, it's Christy. Long-time caller, first-time listener. Scratch that. Reverse it. Did you get my Willy Wonka reference? I know that you did. When I was a little girl, I was completely obsessed with Gene Wilder. I was a strange kid, come to think of it. Anyway, I'm calling about the South Korea story with the female K-pop members giving away their water bottles. I would be the first person to call out sexism. I don't think it was sexism at all. It might have been a crappy prize, but it wasn't sexism. And because I love The Big Bang Theory, and my favorite episode is when Penny gives Sheldon a napkin that was used by Leonard Nimoy because he loves Star Trek. And he was so excited, and he said, I possess the DNA of Leonard Nimoy. So it was one of the best episodes ever, and it was not sexualizing Spock at all. So that's my 2 cents for what it's worth. Read my script.
Yay! Hey, Jonesy, I heard your story about having to shut down the school because that kid took the dummy grenade to the school. You said the grenade was hollowed out and they had to shut the school down. Well, I was wondering, if you took your finger guns to school, would they have to shut the school down for that? Bang, bang! Good luck with your life, man.
Well, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. You gonna sing? Why don't you want to sing? I'm too scared. What are you scared of? Jones is awesome. He will love your singing. Happy birthday to you. Oh, come on, little Juge. You are big. What do you want to tell him? Sabotage. Sabotage. Nothing. Good luck with your life, man? Nothing. Nothing? Happy birthday. You sing it. We sing anything. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonesy. Happy birthday to you. Good luck with your life, man. Ma'am. Good luck with your life, man. Ma'am. Ma'am. Man. It's good luck with your life, man. Oh, he's a boy.
Okay, bye. Love you.
Bye.
Love you.
No love.